Okay, this is going to be a quick and dirty video documenting the three Hi-Fi VCRs that I have, and these are the JVC HR-D470U or HR-D470U. As far as I know, these are probably the best for sound recording, for audio recording. They have some unique features that you will not find in other VHS decks. And here we have three of them. I've got these in descending order of cosmetic appearance. So the first one is the original one that I've had since about somewhere around 1986, and this one has the handles. I've never seen another one with these rack mount style handles on it. As you can see, these other ones do not have that. This one I just got, a friend of mine picked it up at Goodwill for 10 bucks. It's just a parts unit, so it's, you know, missing some bits and pieces, and it's not as cosmetically appealing, but that's okay. It's just a parts unit. We're gonna turn these on and see if there's even any life to them. Two of these I don't even think I've ever turned on. I may have turned on the middle one, but I don't think I've ever turned on the bottom one because I just got it for parts, so I wasn't concerned if it worked or not. As long as all the parts are there, it's good. So we are gonna, there we go, power on. Well, they're all blinking. That's a good sign. Let's hit the power, power, power. Looks like that one's nice and bright. I did have a new fluorescent display put in this one back several years ago, so that's probably why it's nice and bright, where you can see this one is rather dim. And that one's... You can see these displays do dim with age. Yeah, let's plug in got a few tapes here. We got Stevie Ray, Fleetwood Mac, and sticks. Now I'm going to use pre-recorded because even if one of these eats one of these are more replaceable than some precious VHS tapes that I've made of my own recordings. Those can't be replaced, and these you can pick up at the thrift store for $1 a piece, so I'm not overly concerned. It is a sideways mounted loading. Here, loading up. Let's see. Play. Let's try fast forward. Of course, I haven't plugged this in a while, so sometimes the rubber parts will age and they won't quite grip. Let's fast forward this a little bit and see if we can get it to feed the tape and play. Well, it looks like it's not gonna, see if it'll eject. Oh, it looks like it's not gonna play. Well, let's try this one. Ah, I hear the head spinning. Ah, we have life. Now this one's playing. Let's try the next one. I think we'll get 2 out of 3. I hear the head spinning. It's a good sign. Make sure this is on. Tracking. There we go, audio level. It does have peak hold on the audio level. And that does change to, actually it's an orange when it gets up above 0. Well, that's good. We got, those two are actually working. Actually, the one I expected to work was my original one, and it doesn't seem to be coming to life. That kind of surprises me. Let's try it. Let's give it one more chance. Nope. Nope, I don't hear the head spinning. No head spin. We'll have to look into that further. Well, that just goes to prove, just because it worked when you put it away in the closet or in storage doesn't mean it's going to work when you pull it out, you know, years later. The rubber degrades, capacitors go bad. Actually, a lot of times it's harder for things to sit and not be used than if you actually use them. That's been my experience. So that one's actually going to need a little work. Surprising. But unfortunately, I only have one remote. The silk screen is kind of deteriorated. They kind of put a funky coating on this that was easily scratched by your fingernail. And so the silk screen is rubbed off. Unfortunately, batteries had sat in here, so I'm going to have to clean that up. Just use a little vinegar and a little contact cleaner. And as long as that hasn't wicked down in there too far, we should be fine. Well, there we go. There's three jewels sitting right there. Okay. You can power that off. And I wanted to show you a couple other things. We've got, let's see, over here. This is a Pioneer, let's see if I can get it to focus. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a CT-F900. Actually, the difference between the 900 and the 950 is metal tape capability. But if you're not using metal tape, which many people do not because it's so expensive, this deck will actually perform just fine. And this has the Sendust heads, which many prefer the Sendust over the later glass ferrite heads because the glass heads will crack, and those cracks fill up with iron oxide and actually reduce your high frequency response. You'll notice you won't have any treble. It'll sound muffled in there. You'll clean the heads and you'll adjust the heads and you just can't get that treble back. So if you have a, like this one here, this is a mint Pioneer CT-F1250 that I've had mothballed away, and we're going to do an unveiling and show you what this is. This unit is museum quality. I mean, there's not a scratch, there's not a ding, there's not a nick. It's just like this thing was time warped in from like it was in a time capsule. This has the glass ferrite heads, which I did have a high frequency response issue with this when I had it last running. It also needs belts. So I'm not going to fire it up right now. I mean, we could. You can see the pretty fluorescent display. Yeah, let's see. I guess we could do that. Also right here, this is a Sony, 3-head Sony. And that is a, I don't know if I can see that, TC-K555. And this is one of the higher end Sony 3-head decks. Probably not, it doesn't have Dolby S, it's not up with the KA series. But it is not a bad deck. Actually, I did have this apart. And unfortunately, I forgot this little spring that goes in there that keeps the take-up reel, or actually the idler wheel for the take-up spool. It keeps the pressure on that, and I got it all the way assembled and forgot that spring, and it's a lot of work to get that apart, and I just kind of put it in storage, put it to the side, and hadn't gotten back to it. But when it works, this unit actually sounds really good. So maybe we'll bring that, at least bring it up, and I can show you how the display looks on that. Get some power over here. Sorry, but I don't edit my videos. They're just done on the fly, so that's kind of my style. I figure if there's any mistakes or anything in it, you know, that it is what it is, and you're gonna see it as I see it. And if I misspeak something, please correct me in the comments. And let's see, we get 2 of these. Oh, need to get power to this guy too. Ooh, look at that. That is actually quite nice. They've got a, there's a ferrite core to trap noise on the power for this. That's on this the CT-F1250. That's quite a nice addition, and you can see that that thing looks like it's brand new. Power, life. Oh, she's pretty. Well, let's see if it'll play a tape. Last time I tried this, we're not going to have any audio, but let's just see if it's going to do something here. Oh, take-up reel's not going to work. Well, yep, it's going to need belts. Kind of knew that ahead of time. But it's still pretty. And up here we have this is on my main system. We got the Nakamichi Dragon. Yes. That's the king of kings right there. That's a dragon. And of course we got the Pioneer. I think that's the RT-701. I do have a 707 also, which is auto reverse. That's on another stereo system here. Let's see, it looks like this came to life too. Let's get kind of a nice display on it. Fluoroscan. Whoa. Yeah, you can see the, it should have a dampening on that to where that opens a little gentler than that. It's kind of got a pretty backlight in there. Oh, well, I don't have the lens on there. Yeah, There's a lens assembly on that that'll light that up. Huh, it's actually going to run. Look at that. Well, for a while. Yep. It's got issues, but it's still nice. A work in progress. It's gonna, like I said, it's missing a spring, so that might have something to do with the auto stop. Let's see if we got rewind. Whoa, that's a fast rewind. Yeah, the brakes, that's what it is. The brakes aren't working. The brakes and the auto stop are not working. That's a really... Yeah, you can see the tape spilling out there. Yeah, I guess that spring operates the brakes and probably has something to do with the auto stop. But other than that, it's good. All right, I'm gonna quit this so I can get this video on YouTube. We'll follow up with this at a later time.